Hi everyone, how's it going? Today I bring you the video that I promised. This is who or what is Saber Guild. I know I keep mentioning that I'm going to talk about it. Well, here it is. Here's the video. So the first question to you is Jedi or Sith? So Saber Guild is a not-for-profit charity organization, a group of volunteers that get together and perform lightsaber shows. Woo! We're recognized by LucasFilm, so it's pretty cool. We get to do certain events for them, and we get to work alongside the Rebel Legion and 501st. Those are other charity groups, but they don't really perform like we do. In our group, we have I think we're reaching 400 members worldwide, 18 different countries, and it started out here actually in California, like the Anaheim area, but there was a guy who created our group and he started branching out and picking up people, and it just blew up from there. You know, advertising. We're still working on getting bigger. That's the end goal. We're always trying to improve ourselves, basically. And in the shows that we do write our own storylines and stuff like that. We do live performances. When I mean live is we use the mics. You know, we go up there, we talk live and do that. But most of our shows are dubbed. It is our voices, so don't panic. We sit there in like a recording session and we act out the lines that we've written, and then it goes into a soundtrack. We have a wonderful guy who actually helps us make our soundtracks with the music and everything. So once we get the storyline, and we have different versions of it, so sometimes like certain shows like cons, we can do the more elaborate ones. Sometimes we do I call allowing deaths in the show if it's for a con. Now if it's for like a birthday party or like a charity event, there are no deaths allowed, but you can like maim people, injuries, those are allowed. I've actually written one or two of the storylines into the things that we've done, we performed. One of the first shows that I ever did, I got to voice act like the opening. So like when you hear like, maybe I can find a clip for you, so I'll put that in right here.
Hello, welcome, recruits. I am G1M3, Imperial Protocol Droid, and this is your first day of training. Some of you might be thinking, I didn't sign up for this. Well, that's okay. We didn't ask you. Haha. Consider yourselves all recruits of the Empire. You should be honored that our Empire has accepted your pitiful planet. Now that your planet is part of the Empire, it is now under our protection. This is why we need volunteers such as yourselves. Lord Vader and his Imperial agents will begin your training very soon. Until then, look sharp and be ready. They should be landing on your planet at any moment. Long live the Empire.
Now in Saber Guild, there are what we call temples, which are different locations. That's where we do practices. So like the main temple that started it all, we call Temple Prime, which is out of Anaheim in that area. We also have the Skywalker Temple, which is out of the LA area. And then we have the Outer Rim Temple. Where is it? Right here, the Outer Rim Temple. That's the one I'm a part of. It's out of the Inland Empire. If you ever want to hit us up, I'll leave links in the description below so you can check us out, check out where we practice, what times we practice. About the Outer Rim, I started at Saber Guild back in 2014 is when I discovered them. I found them at a baseball game. I saw them performing on the field and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I want to do this. So I met with one of them afterwards and they gave me the information, and the only one at the time was Temple Prime in Anaheim, and I'm like, a little bit too far for me. Do you guys have anything closer? And they're like, oh, we're starting this one out here in Inland Empire. I was like, yeah. So I started that up, and it's been I would say this is my 4th year into it, and I am now at the current time, I am the assistant local director for the Outer Rim Temple. Woo! Yay me! I'm super excited when I got it. I've been the assistant local director for over a year now, and I'm enjoying it. When I got to the Outer Rim, I only had a Sith costume, so you know, starting off good with the bad guys here, but now I have 2 costumes with Saber Guild, but I have a total of 4 to 5 Star Wars costumes in general. So the Sith character that I play is known as Darth Talon, and you can see right here on my shirt, because when you sign up and you apply, you have to apply and meet the costume standards. I'll leave a link of the Jedi and Sith standards that you guys can follow so that you guys can get approved if you really want to join us. It's completely free. There's no like fees or anything to join Saber Guild, but you do have to like provide like money for your own costumes. You have to provide money for your own lightsabers. They're not like the ones you could buy at Disneyland. Let me just put that out there. Those will break in an instant. They aren't made for combat. So the lightsabers that we use, we get them from like 3 or 4 different sources. I get mine from, it's called Ultra Sabers. You see them on cons like the WonderCon, and I think they go to Comic-Con, but I'm not sure. They're like one of the best ones that I get some from. They start out real cheap. I think the cheapest one that is like the beginning one is like a $75 lightsaber, and you can pick your color and whatnot. Then there is Saber Forge. Now they make like high quality looking hilts, and they are on the more expensive side, but if you're looking for like just to walk around or you know like cosplay, you could go to them, but they're made for combat as well. And then you also have, it's called Vader's Vault. Now they make superb sabers, like they're really nice, but they're also on the high level of money. If you guys are just starting out, I don't recommend getting one of those. However, if you are technical, if you understand how to build stuff, I recommend the Custom Saber Shop. Now you can buy bits and pieces and build your own lightsaber together. I don't have quite the amount of knowledge that I would need to just sit there and build my own, but I'll get there, don't worry about it. So let's talk about the basics of our costumes. So you have, we have the under tunic, which is like the very base shirt that you wear. You have the outer tunic, which is the other one that you wear on top. We call the tabards, which are these fabrics that hang down. You have the obi, which is like a belt, and then you put the belt on top of it. It's hard to explain. And then you have your pants and boots. You would also need, if you are a Jedi, you need at least 4 food capsules. You also need a lightsaber clip. Now those are real cheap. You can get them at like $10 on Ultra Sabers. It's like a necessity that you need to get approved. You also need, if you're a Jedi, like 1 or 2 pouches, and a Sith like 1 or 2 pouches. So they look similar, but if you're Jedi, you need the food capsules. If you're Sith, you don't, because I guess the Sith don't need to eat. But that's basically the costume. You can get a robe if you really want to, but it's not like a requirement. So the bases are like the boots, the belt, the full costume that you see in the shows, because we do wear robes, but we do not recommend fighting in them because the bulkiness of them can get in the way. And if you're starting out new, then you could get hurt, and we don't want that. We're all about safety first and looking cool second. Now, one of the final things that I want to discuss about Saber Guild is the charity part. We're all volunteers, so I take my time to make practices. So it's like when you can make it, it's your schedule, and we understand that life may get in the way. So if you don't show up to a practice or 2, we're not going to be mad at you that you don't. Like, you have a life. We all have a life, but we do this for fun too. You know, we're grown-ups having fun, acting like kids sometimes. But we come together, and every show, I don't want to say every show, but most of the shows that we do raise money for charity. And one of the main charities that we raise money for is Make-A-Wish. and we've already granted, you know, wishes will show up when we're needed, but Make-A-Wish, I highly recommend donating to them because it helps somebody. Now, I know I didn't cover a lot of information because it's hard to describe just video without seeing you in person, what you need to do and like where you're at basically. So I hope that you learned something from this short video. I know I said I'm gonna leave links in the description below that you can check out. It has information like for if you're coming to the Outer Rim, which is the Inland Empire. We're located out of Chino. I always forget the name of the park, but it's on our website. Our practices start at 7 p.m. at night at the park. So if you can make it out, that'd be great. We will have some sabers for you to practice so you can get a feel for what it's like fighting with them and maybe get you in the mood to join us. There's no pressure. Like if you show up, you're gonna have to join. No, it's up to you. You know, we're not gonna push you into anything like that. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you guys out there. Have a good day. Bye-bye, everybody.